Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of rare coins, and you won't believe the hidden fortune that could be lurking in your loose change. Could you be holding a rare 1992 UK 2 pence coin that's worth a life-changing fortune? This extraordinary coin has shocked collectors worldwide, and if you have one, you could be sitting on a jackpot worth millions. Let's dive into an immersive and gripping script focused on the mysterious and potentially high-value United Kingdom 2 pence coin of Queen Elizabeth II from 1970, specially crafted to engage your audience for a 5-minute segment across 8 rich paragraphs. Here's your custom-written script in paragraph form. In the mysterious world of coin collecting, there are certain coins that carry whispers of unimaginable worth. And among these hidden treasures, the 1970 United Kingdom 2 pence coin bearing Queen Elizabeth II's image stirs up excitement, debate, and fierce speculation. While officially, the decimal 2 pence wasn't introduced until 1971, rumors and myths swirl around 1970 strikes. Coins that never entered circulation, coins struck as prototypes or included in special sets, and those tied to British overseas territories or crown dependencies. If you've stumbled across a 2p coin marked with 1970, you may be holding something the world was never meant to see. Why is a 1970 2 pence so unusual? The key lies in the UK's monumental shift from the old pre-decimal currency to the new decimal system. Decimalization officially took place in February 1971, but behind closed doors, the Royal Mint was hard at work years before, experimenting with sizes, weights, alloys, and designs. There is compelling speculation among collectors that a few test strikes, possibly created in 1970 for internal review or collector-proof sets, bear the 2 new pence label and the date 1970. If verified, such coins would not just be rare, they would be virtually unique, making them priceless in private auctions and whispered about among elite collectors. Adding to the intrigue, coins from British overseas territories and crown dependencies like Gibraltar, Isle of Man, or Jersey occasionally carried early decimal dates ahead of the UK mainland rollout. Some of these issues were minted in the UK and may appear visually identical to the standard 2 pence but with slight differences in metal tone, edge, or emblem placement. A coin from 1970 with the 2p denomination and Queen Elizabeth's profile tied to any of these territories becomes an object of obsession, especially if the mintage was limited or ceremonial. Collectors know that the value of such a coin doesn't lie only in metal or age, but in its numismatic mystery and historical context. Queen Elizabeth II's profile on this coin, youthful, commanding, framed in regal Latin script such as Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, represents more than royalty. It captures a nation on the brink of monetary transformation, where old pounds, shillings and pence were about to vanish, and a new era of decimal simplicity was dawning. A coin caught between 2 systems, marked with a date just before the decimal shift, becomes a frozen artifact from a moment of national reinvention. Now imagine, you find a 2 pence coin with 1970 inscribed. It glints differently, perhaps with sharper strike details or unfamiliar edge patterning. Could it be one of the lost Royal Mint specimens? Or a rare commemorative issued in minuscule quantity for a dependency territory? Some believe these coins never made it beyond limited presentations, slipped quietly into government folders or diplomatic sets, their existence unrecorded in standard circulation catalogs. But when one surfaces, even in a dusty drawer or old jar, the coin world pays attention. Market estimates for such anomalies are off the charts. If authenticated through a reputable grading authority like PCGS or NGC, a genuine 1970 2 pence coin linked to a test minting or overseas release could command 6 or even 7 figures at auction. Yes, you read that right. A single copper coin with the right markings could make you a millionaire overnight. It's not just about rarity. It's about uniqueness, the story, and the uncontrollable excitement that surrounds the what-if factor in numismatics. Before you rush to sell, remember, coins like these must be handled with care. Don't clean them, don't polish them, and never let them go for pennies, literally. Take high-resolution photos, get it professionally evaluated, and store it in protective holders. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding monetary folklore, a relic of transition, a slice of secret minting history. Coins like this have the power to transform everyday people into wealthy legends of the collector's world. So, next time you hear a coin jingle at the bottom of a forgotten drawer, or feel the weight of old change in your hand, take a closer look. If that second pence reads 1970 and bears Queen Elizabeth's portrait, don't ignore it, treasure it. Because in the silent shimmer of its bronze surface may lie a story too rare for words and a value too large for any catalog to contain. Would you like a follow-up script focused on authenticating these types of coins or showcasing how to spot fakes? The year 2000 marked not only the beginning of a new millennium, but also, unknowingly, the birth of one of the most underrated treasures in British coinage, the rare 2-pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. At first glance, it might appear like any other coin tossed into your change jar or dropped into a coin tray. But beneath its everyday appearance lies the potential for life-changing value. For a lucky few, this particular 2-pence coin has turned out to be the key to a millionaire's fortune, the kind of hidden gem that could turn your pocket change into pure gold. What sets the 2002 pence apart from its countless cousins is a silent minting secret, a rare error that escaped the Royal Mint's radar. While the official composition by 2000 was copper-plated steel, a very limited number of these coins were struck on old bronze blanks, a transition error that happened during a delicate phase in minting operations. These bronze variants are incredibly rare, and the few that have surfaced have stunned collectors and investors alike. They represent the perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and unexpected value, making them one of the most desirable modern UK coins in circulation. You might be wondering, how do you tell if you have the right one? The answer is surprisingly simple, but very important. The rare bronze version of the 2002 pence coin looks subtly different from the standard steel coin. It has a deeper, richer color, a slightly heavier feel, and most importantly, it won't stick to a magnet. This magnetic test is the very first clue that can distinguish a millionaire-making coin from an ordinary one. A coin that passes this test and matches the other visual cues should immediately be checked by a coin expert or grading authority. Collectors all over the world, especially in the UK, the British Overseas Territories and the Crown Dependencies, are on the hunt for this elusive piece. Places like Jersey, Gibraltar, and the Isle of Man have also had their own regional versions of 2-pence coins, and in some of these areas, anomalies and rare designs from 2000 have been documented. These regional issues, combined with rare composition errors, add to the mystique of this specific year. It's no longer just a hunt for a coin. It's a treasure map where every clue leads to potentially massive rewards. Imagine being the person who finds one in a dusty drawer or an old family coin collection. It's not just about money. It's about discovering something no one expected, to be valuable. These coins were used in everyday transactions, passed through countless hands, and yet, among them, a few were destined to become legends. This is what makes coin collecting magical. The idea that something so simple and overlooked could hold such immense power and value. The numismatic world is buzzing with energy around these coins. Auction houses have seen rare error versions of the 2-pence from surrounding years go for tens of thousands of pounds. And some insiders believe that the best-preserved 2000 bronze errors could push far beyond that, potentially even crossing into million-pound territory. And with global attention on rare coins post-Elizabeth II's passing, now is the time when collectors are willing to pay top dollar for anything that tells a compelling story. If you're sitting at home, wondering whether your spare change holds a fortune, it's time to take action. Sort through those jars, drawers, old wallets, and piggy banks. Pull out your 2-pence coins from 2000 and run that simple magnetic test. What you find might be far more than an old coin. It could be a silent fortune waiting to be discovered. It might just be the single most valuable item you've unknowingly held in your hand. So don't rush to spend your 2002 pence without a second look. It could be the most powerful 2p coin of your lifetime. One that elevates you from everyday to extraordinary. Check it, protect it, and if it fits the signs, you could be holding a coin worth more than diamonds. Remember, treasure doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it hides behind copper. Here is a long-form, in-depth explanation of the 2003 Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 20-pence coin, ideal for a 10-minute voiceover or documentary-style video. This paragraph format content is packed with historical, design, and collector information. The 2003 Elizabeth II DG Reg FD20 pence coin stands as a significant entry in the modern history of British currency, not because of its rarity, but because it represents a key period in the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and reflects the enduring stability of Britain's decimal coinage system. This 20 pence piece was part of the UK's standard circulating coins at the time, struck by the Royal Mint in the early 21st century. The obverse of the coin features the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, a sculptor whose portrayal of the monarch marked a deliberate shift towards realism and maturity. This portrait, introduced in 1998, replaced the more idealized Makhlouf effigy and emphasized the Queen's age and dignity, as she wore the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a familiar element of her public image. Encircling the Queen's head are the Latin inscriptions, Elizabeth II de Gregfed 2003, which translate as Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, continuing a tradition that dates back centuries, deeply rooted in monarchical and religious symbolism. The reverse design of the 2003 20p coin remained unchanged from its original debut in 1982. Created by William Gardner, the design features a striking crowned Tudor rose, a powerful symbol of unity and peace following the War of the Roses in the 15th century. The crown above the rose represents the monarchy, while the rose itself is a fusion of the red rose of Lancaster and the white rose of York. Above this floral emblem in a graceful arc is the inscription 20 pence, with the numerals 20 displayed below the rose. This elegant, clean layout is framed within the coin's distinctive equilateral curve heptagon shape, a seven-sided design that's both functional and aesthetic. It allows the coin to be easily distinguishable by touch, a feature appreciated for both accessibility and practical daily use. The 2003 20p was struck in cupro-nickel, an alloy composed of 84% copper and 16% nickel. It weighs 5.0 grams, has a diameter of 21.4 mm, and a thickness of around 1.7. Like other coins of its denomination and era, it was produced at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales, which had by then firmly established itself as one of the world's most technologically advanced mints. While the precise mintage figure for the 2003 20p is not always publicly itemized, it's known that millions were produced for general circulation. As such, the coin is not considered rare, and examples can still be found in everyday change across the UK. However, collectors seek pristine specimens, especially uncirculated, brilliant uncirculated, BU, or proof strike examples, which are often included in Royal Mint annual sets. Numismatically, the 2003 20 pence may not command high premiums in circulated form, but its value lies in condition and presentation. A standard circulated piece is typically worth face value, but a flawless BU coin can fetch $1 to $3, especially if kept in its original packaging. A proof version, found only in collector sets, might be worth more, $5 to $10 or higher depending on condition and market demand. Coins that are certified by professional grading services like NGC or PCGS and achieve a high mint state grade, such as MS65 or above, can demand a premium, though these are most often sought by advanced collectors completing date runs or registry sets. One of the key points of discussion surrounding 20p coins in general is the infamous 2008 undated mule error, where a new obverse was paired with an old reverse, resulting in a coin without a date, an extremely rare and valuable minting mistake. While this doesn't involve the 2003 issue directly, it highlights the importance of examining 20p coins closely for anomalies. That said, the 2003 version itself has no widely known minting errors associated with it, though some collectors still inspect these coins for lesser-known strike flaws, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or cud marks. Any such errors, particularly in an uncirculated example, could increase the coin's desirability and value significantly. The broader historical context of the 2003 20p adds further interest. In that year, Queen Elizabeth II marked over 50 years on the throne, and Britain was undergoing social and technological changes that shaped the new millennium. The internet was becoming more widespread, mobile phones were evolving rapidly, and the UK was navigating its relationship with Europe under the leadership of Prime Minister Tony Blair. The 20p coin, while small and often overlooked, was a constant part of everyday life, used in vending machines, parking meters, and public transport, making it a silent witness to the country's ongoing evolution. For collectors today, the 2003 Elizabeth II 20p coin is an accessible yet historically rich piece. It fits comfortably into various collecting themes: decimal coinage, Queen Elizabeth II portraits, early 2000s coinage, or even themed albums like floral designs or coins featuring the Tudor rose. The coin is especially meaningful to those who seek to build complete collections of the Queen's reign, now that her historic 70-year rule has concluded with her passing in 2022. This has created a renewed interest in coins from all stages of her monarchy, including more modern issues like the 2003 20 pence. In conclusion, while the 2003 Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 20 pence coin may not carry extreme monetary value in the numismatic market, it represents an important period in modern British history and royal continuity. With its regal designs, precise minting, and cultural relevance, it remains a desirable addition for both casual collectors and those assembling comprehensive British decimal coin collections. Whether held in a folder, displayed in a slab, or found in a forgotten coin jar, this coin continues to speak volumes about Britain's heritage, coinage tradition, and the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. Would you like me to adapt this into a YouTube narration format or include visuals like a coin diagram or collector value chart?